We're back here in our episode of NBA 2K14. In the last episode, as both New York Knicks beat the Brooklyn Nets in a huge dominated, followed by the second game, the Miami Heat dominate the Chicago Bulls. As we see, both dominating, winning by 29-point margin and 16-point margin. So that was a huge win and dominated each other. So next game at our hand, we got only one game at our ESPN Friday. We are heading to TD Garden in the second game. TD Garden have only one game at the time. We got a two of the interconference matchup. It features the JaVale McGee and Ty Lawson of the Denver Nuggets take on Avery Bradley and Rajon Rondo of the Boston Celtics. And for this game, Nuggets gonna use the light blue and the Celtics gonna use the white. So that will do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here and TD Garden in Boston, and now sending over to Kevin Harlan here at the TD Garden in Boston. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video here on ESPN Friday.
Thanks so much for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports. And a terrific NBA season continues to take shape. It'll be the Denver Nuggets facing off against the Boston Celtics. Tip-off is moments away.
And there, the Celtics earlier getting set to play. It's a road game for the Nuggets, and they are facing an interconference matchup in today's game. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kenneth Faried?
Well, when he came out of college, the one thing you knew with Kenneth Faried was he was going to give you a lot of hustle. Great rebounder at Morehead State, and he brought that into the league with him. He attacks the ball, he attacks the glass, plays hard on every possession.
Well, that's just the kind of player he is. It's in his nature. He can't help but hustle after missed shots, and he's willing to battle for rebounds and lose balls with anybody. There's no backing down with Faried. Of course, the news going into this game, Nate Robinson sidelined Clark with an injury.
Well, it's going to be a few weeks until he's back, but that's not as bad as it could have been. It could have been much worse. In the end, given the way it looked when he was helped off the court last game, I think he'd consider that good news.
I agree, Clark. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. And I know being out for a few weeks will be very difficult for him, but this is probably best-case scenario when you really look at that replay of the injury from last game. That was gruesome.
You know, the high-octane offense and the up-tempo brand of basketball the Nuggets played really was quite effective in being able to kind of dominate Eastern Conference teams.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Rondo gets the bucket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Well, and back to the Nuggets. They did well against the East, as you alluded to, Clark. They were 19-11, Steve, against the conference as a whole.
Well, that's right where they wanted to be record-wise, Kevin. And even though the Nuggets got out and ran, they could actually still play with a physicality as well when they went up against the East. So they did pretty well. They swept the entire Central Division, and they were the only team to go undefeated against an individual division all last year.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to Milwaukee.
Well, loss or no loss, that was a fantastic game, Clark. They can be proud of the way they battled, at least.
I suppose, but Steve, it still was a really heartbreaking loss. I mean, you hate to lose in overtime. No matter how hard you played, it still leaves you very empty and disappointed when you come up short.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That is on Ty Lawson.
You know, it always amazes me, guys, when you look at Rondo, who really doesn't have a reliable jump shot. And yet, because of his quickness, he's still able to get into the heart of the defense and get shots at the rim in the paint. I mean, you just can't do that if teams are giving you space in the NBA unless you have the elite speed of a Rajon Rondo.
That bucket in no time at all. Gallinari's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. We'll now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Brian Shaw. Doris?
I asked him which player he was most worried about, and his answer was immediate: Rajon Rondo. He said Rondo's ability to take control of games with his defense and his playmaking make it tough to mitigate what he can do on the floor. We'll see if he has something up his sleeve, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Well, back to Rondo, Steve. How is he able to get in the lane like that, even with the defense sagging back and knowing he's going to do what he's going to do?
You know, he's incredibly clever with the ball. He's quick. He's savvy. And sometimes when you sag back, it actually gives the offensive player room to accelerate. And so Rondo kind of goes right at you and then gives you that little Ginobili sidestep and gets to the rim.
Fun player to watch, isn't it?
Sure is. And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Rondo against Lawson. Fournier dishes to McGee. Lawson outside. Passes it to McGee. Backing in, the 10-footer. And it's Denver scoring again.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
Rondo against Lawson. Rondo passes to Green. Back to Rondo. Nash with a screen for Rondo. Outside Brent. That's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 8 points for Denver.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. He gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
The shot's good from Fournier.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
Well, you know, last season, I think officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Crawford against Lawson. It's Crawford with the drive. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Crawford's got his first points of the night.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past. But look, they've hoisted a championship banner very close to another, but it's just time to move on, and that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
This game's going to take a big swing. Clark at the deep. Continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
Here's Humphries, and it's Boston with another.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Boyd kicks to Lawson. Chandler back to Lawson. He dishes it to 4. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 4 assists now tonight. Crawford passes to Wallace. Humphries with a screen on Gallinari. Humphries inside. That is good. Humphries has got 6.
Well, it's definitely been a shootout. But the team that can start playing some defense might have an edge.
Oh, the buzzer beater. Amazing!
How about the killer instinct on display there?
Wow!
Fantastic.
He didn't even flinch, just buried it like it was any other shot. Unbelievable.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Denver on top, up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Coming up Tuesday, December 10th, LeBron James and the Miami Heat go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Be there.
And the first quarter. Is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, we're doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Celtics. Always out there with Humphries. Then there's Jordan Crawford. Then there's Bogans. And it's Brooks in at the 2 spot. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
Unloads from 13. Humphries with the bucket. Humphries has got 8. The Nuggets leading by 5.
And while it wasn't the biggest win streak of the season, the Nuggets did have a pretty good rampage of their own from the end of February into March. And because it happened when the Heat were doing what they were doing, the Nuggets kind of flew under the radar.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Gentlemen, for Jared Sullinger, drafted to the Celtics last season, it was a great opportunity to learn from one of the best big men ever to play the game in Kevin Garnett. Sullinger said, "You're learning every day." What he's saying, the game slows down tremendously. Fortunately, Jared not the type to take criticism personally, saying, quote, "Because I had Zach Sullinger as a coach," he says, referring to his father James, who taught him the game. And guys, Garnett praised Sullinger's incredible IQ for the game and no-nonsense demeanor. He's fit right in with the Celtics.
Nice stuff, Doris. Thank you. Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Chang. And it's Gallinari in for Jordan Hamilton. Well, as you said, the Nuggets put together their big 15-game winning streak. But, you know, Steve, since it happened, when the Heat rattled off their big push, nobody really even seemed to notice.
That's right. It might have worked out in their favor anyway, Kevin, because, you know, that win streak really kind of put them into high gear and allowed them to climb into the 3rd spot in the West. Probably was nice not having the media focused on them and wanting to talk to them every day about what was happening in the Western Conference.
Three-pointer, Lawson, and again Denver with the triple.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, you got to get some bodies out there defensively, though. I mean, if things are way too easy out beyond the three-point arc.
The drive by Rondo from deep. Brooks. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, there aren't too many drive and dish point guards out there anymore. But Rondo is the epitome of that type of guard in the NBA. He is always looking to make a move and create space for a teammate, and his assist totals reflect that.
Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Well, Clark, you talked about Rondo's playmaking. I think Steve and I agree. He's led the league in assists per game the last 2 seasons in that very important category, Steve, and I think that speaks volumes.
It's pretty incredible what Rondo has been able to accomplish in the NBA. Fell to late in the 1st round to the Celtics back in his draft class, but here he is developing into one of the top point guards in the league.
And Lawson, here we go. And it's blocked by a limit. Rondo with the ball. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well.
And he's able to get it back. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play. A different look for Denver. Mozgov, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Arthur comes in for Kenneth Faried. And Quincy Miller subbed in for Gallinari. Here's Fournier. And again, Denver with the triple.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Rondo drives in. Here's Bradley. And right away, they answer with a three-pointer of their own. Bradley's got 11.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won the title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable. But last year it seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
Lawson against Rondo. Lawson dishes to Miller. Back to Lawson. Backs in. Out to Miller. Three-pointer. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got assist number 8 now on the night. And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start their rebuilding process. Ended up staying pat at the deadline, Steve, even though there was, it seemed, a lot of issues.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce, Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage. Mark of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Rondo against Lawson. Outside Rondo. Good. Rondo's got 6 points. 6 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Rondo with the steal. That'll do it for the first half. Nuggets lead by 8. Make sure you stay tuned for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. Then we'll be back here right after that for the second half.
Now, presented by Sprint. This is 2K Sports, and I'm Damon Bruce, coming to you live on a Friday night. For Denver, they have the lead against the Celtics in Boston. The season just getting started. They're looking to get on the winning side of 500. Ty Lawson in the first half, amazing. He's up to 14 points, and he's stacking up the assists too, keeping the defense off balance with his passing. And the Celtics still keeping at it. Wiping the glass defensively. Look, no streaks. They're preventing any second chance opportunities. We've seen Avery Bradley in top form. His scoring has been on the rise, his game improving by leaps and bounds. Now let's check out the other games still in progress. A tight game for Portland squaring off against the Utah Jazz. Second half of basketball going on in a tight one. And another one also in progress. Out in Sacramento, it's the Kings trailing to the Lakers. They've got some points to make up. Right now they're behind by 8 1/3. And a look here at the other NBA action. Oklahoma City up on top against the Pelicans at New Orleans Arena. 2 points up, they're in the third. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, take it away.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the lights of downtown Boston, the scene as we welcome you back.
Well, how about Ty Lawson in this one? He has 14 points and 9 assists. He's been passing it around you or shooting it over you. Either way,
well, they're not sure whether to stick tight on him or defend the pass, and he's really controlling this game with his offensive arsenal.
Here's who Brian Shaw is starting the second half with. Down low, it's Fareed and JaVale McGee. Lawson and Fournier man the back, and it's Gallinari in at the small forward. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, the huge trade that really overshadowed this year's draft, the blockbuster deal between the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics sending out the veteran trio of Jason Terry, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce. And in return, receiving future first-round picks, the right to swap picks in 2017. For the Celtics, a tough but realistic decision to begin the rebuild process. For the Nets, an all-in attempt to win a title. Guys, it sent shockwaves throughout the league, and we'll just have to wait to see how it all shakes out.
They've got probably the best team in franchise history. We'll see where they go next.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Celtics trail by 9.
You know, you might have expected a team that finished third in the West to have a positive road record, but the Nuggets last season actually finished south of 500 when they left the Pepsi Center.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Bass's shot, good.
Boy, you can't run an inbounds play any better than that right there.
Now here is McGee. He has 6. And Lawson gets it to go on the assist by McGee. And that's now 17 points for Ty Lawson. Well, Clark, as you said, with the Nuggets on the road, 19 and 23 record for them on the road. Was the difference between them and the Thunder, Steve, in that division?
Well, they were so dominant at home. Yeah, they always have been, just with their style of play and the altitude. But it's just tough to go out and play that same style on the road where you're running constantly. You're just more vulnerable defensively when you play that style when you're out on the road than you do when you play it at home.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bass. Now here's Rondo, defended by Fournier. Rondo kicks to Bradley. Olynyk. Fareed's there. Puts it up from 17. Rejected by Fareed.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
That's good.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Outside Rondo. That one goes.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Here's Lawson. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Celtics trail by 10.
Ty Lawson out of North Carolina in his 5th season has really improved his playmaking in the league. Every year he's increased his number of assists and his rate of assists rather, and I love his speed as well.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 10 points.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
And Fournier kicks to Gallinari. Dishes it to Chandler. And again, Denver with the triple. And Lawson's becoming more of a playmaker. Clark, he's also upping his scoring every year, so I'll throw it to you guys right now. You know, where is this kid going?
Well,
Steve?
Yeah, I'll take this. I mean, I think he's become an elite-level point guard. And for Denver to take that next step, you know, that's what it's going to take. He's going to have to become their Derrick Rose, their Tony Parker. And I think Lawson is on his way to doing that.
Shot clock at 2. Crawford's shot is good. 1:12 left to play in the third. Here's Gallinari. Again, the Nuggets score.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
And it's Wallace penetrating. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Wallace has got his second bucket tonight. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Oh, boy, this is something you hate to see, Clark.
You know, it sure is. Injuries, though, are really an unfortunate part of the game, inevitable at times. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Kenneth Fareed's checked in for Gallinari.
It's obvious he's hurting. I mean, he's going to tough it out, though, and continue to contribute. You got to give him credit for that.
Sullinger, guarded by McGee. Crawford passes to Green. Takes a three. Green's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots. From anywhere. And of course, that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And I know something else the fans love about him is the way he's capable of going straight over the top of a defender for some monster throwdowns. I mean, we're talking about posterization with capital letters.
Celtics trail by 15. Crawford outside. The dish to Lee. On the wing, Wallace. Wallace left side. And another basket for Boston.
He's really stood out for his club today. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nuggets ahead, up by 15. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
Tune in Sunday, December 8th. LeBron James and the Miami Heat go up against the Detroit Pistons. A battle in the East. Do not miss it.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Denver.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
The guards, Rajon Rondo and Courtney Lee. Ball is out there at Green, and it's Olynyk in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. Chandler dishes to Lawson. Pulls up, high post. A drive by Lee. Sweet little floater.
You got to have perfect timing to knock down that teardrop.
The Nuggets leading by 11. Here's Lawson, and he banks in the layup. Lawson's got 21.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Lee off a pick from Olynyk. Off the pick. And Lee with the stuff.
Well, that's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set, did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
Now a timeout called by Boston. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season.
And these interconference matchups are important, Kevin. You only see the club twice all season, and it feels a little different. You want to go out and really put on a good performance.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, the head coach for the Celtics had some instruction for his guys during that break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Steve was talking about, Clark, just moments ago about not playing each other often because in different conferences. And wouldn't you say that affects the way a game will play out?
Most definitely, Kevin. I mean, when it's an opponent you see so little of, there's always a feeling out process, and I'm sure that'll be the case today for both teams.
It's stolen by Green. Feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Green's got 10 points in just the second half.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Hamilton can't get that one to fall. Celtics trail by 12. Jeff Green on the wing. The 11-footer. That's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Denver making his switch here. McGee's checked in. The Nuggets leading by 10. Rondo with the steal. And Bradley gets it to go.
They're on fire from mid-range, guys. They found a weakness in the defense, and they're exploiting it to a T.
Not often you see a team rely on that shot like they have.
Gets it to go. 25 points for Ty Lawson.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Bradley. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Pass to Fournier. The three. Gets it to go. Fournier's got 20 points.
Absolutely on fire from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's where he's getting his points.
Jeff Green. He's checked in for Gerald Wallace. Rondo kicks to Bass. And the layup call. Denver in the lead to JaVale McGee. Nasty. Absolutely.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
Here's Olynyk. Lays it up and banks it in. The Nuggets leading by 8. Lost in the pass to McGee. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 17 points for Jeff Green. Nuggets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Doing some solid hits for them. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. So Lawson will go to the free throw line. It's on Rajon Rondo. The Celtics trail by 10. He kicks to Green. Back to Rondo. The Celtics working the ball around now. Gets it to go. And that's 21 points for Green from Bradley.
He's not trying to help his team, guys. He may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
The drive by Rondo. Olynyk. And it's Boston with another. Denver leading by 7. And here's McGee. Here's the three. And again, Denver with the triple.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Beyond the arc. And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Rondo.
All of those three-pointers coming off his fingers will be right on the money.
Outside, Green. And the call will be against Fournier. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Denver's gone 3 or 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Here's McGee. And that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll. To the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Five seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bass. fire.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you. It's been a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range. He's in a groove, and that tray of his has just been dead.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Here's Bradley. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, what a clutch shot. That could be the difference maker.
Big moment in this game.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
So against them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
And you got to think those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
It's the first that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so Bradley nails both of them. Denver calls timeout. They're up by 2. 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds left in the game. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ballgame. Here's Rondo. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Berg, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Ty Lawson.
And that will wrap up now as the Denver Nuggets survive over the Boston Celtics by 4 points. 116 to 112 in a close game. 32 points for Avery Bradley. Jeff Green got 17 and Ronald's got 12 and 5. Ty Lawson's got double-double, 34 and 16, and Evan Fournier got 21 points. And what a huge night for the Nuggets. Now skipping all the way to Magic Knicks all the way to the end to December 11th. Go ahead and skip the Magic and the Knicks win the game. Amari Stoudemire got 21, Carmelo Anthony got triple-double, Raymond Felton got 20, Nelson's got 15, and Afla's got 13, 10, even Vucevic so close to double-double. So we wrap up for the NBA Friday as Jared Sullinger announced after lose to the Nuggets as Jared Sullinger will be out for 2 to 4 weeks due to severe ankle sprain. Gustavo Ayoni will be still playing for Sony. That will be healed. You know what has left? Darren Williams, no! Darren Williams, no way! They were out for 6 and 8 weeks due to the broken ankle. No, and Brook Lopez will be Cerny, Goran Dragic, Jerome Green, David Lee. No! No! No, they're losing player, Darren Williams. Hopefully it's not good.
Wala silang rebound. Look, oh.
No way. We lose. We're next.
Rebound!
That was not good. It's not good for the Nets. This is not good. They will report for the injury. And that's why there's so many injured Nets are going without Darren Williams. There's no way they will not play everything. So we get next game. We're on the way to the skip into the Nets and Bucks and the Pacers. So after that, so let's skip all the way to December 7th. Right now, it's going to simulate right there. Andrew Bynum will be out for 1 to 2 weeks due to sprained wrist. And it's right and see what's going on in the view box. Sixers stun the Nuggets. Bulls beat the Pistons. Grizzlies beat the Warriors. Heat beat the Timberwolves. And Sacramento Kings finally got the one after 17 tries to snap the losing streak against the Utah Jazz. And now the Kings are now the first win in this 2013. Blazers beat the Mavericks as Mavericks still struggle without the guards of the Mavericks. Guards still now here. Clippers, Nets without Darren Williams, and Spurs. December 8th, we got the Celtics, Knicks, Heat, Pistons, Magic, Rockets, Pacers, Thunder, and the Raptors, Lakers going to simulate on December 8th right now. Britton Richardson will be day to day. And everyone's going to heal now. So we got the Celtics beat the Knicks. How about that? The Heat survive over the Pistons in a close one. We got the Rockets beat the Magic. The Pacers lose to Thunder, and the Lakers dominated by the Raptors. Almost got scored 15-point margin. Let's check out. Kobe Bryant got triple-double. Chris Kaman got 20 and 9. Nick Young got 20 and Nash got 19-13. Meanwhile, for the Raptors, Augustine got 22 and Larry got 22 and 9. Move on December 9 here. We got the Warriors, Bobcats, Clippers, Sixers, Nuggets, Wizards, Magic, Grizzlies, Blazers, Jazz, and Mavericks, Kings. Simulate right now and what's going on. Everyone is healed. Brook Lopez now healed, ready to go. Kawhi Leonard will be ready to heal for the Spurs. Danny Green once again got injured. This time he got hurt for back spams. Shannon Brown's ready to sing the now righties. So we got the Bobcats beat the Warriors. We got the Clippers beat the Sixers. Wizards beat the Nuggets in overtime. Grizzlies beat the Magic. Blazers beat the Jazz. And Kings! Again, another win. Back-to-back wins so far. Oh my gosh. The Kings got back-to-back wins to stun the Dallas Mavericks. DeMarcus Cousins got 41 and 10. Then McLemore got 24. Isaiah Thomas got 20. Dirk Nowitzki got 25. Sean Marion got 23 and 8. And Ellis got 22. How did the Sacramento Kings upset the Dallas Mavericks? Unbelievable. And we're going to wrap up for December 11. Here we got the Knicks, Cavaliers, Heat, Pacers, Spurs, Raptors, Bucks, Bulls, Thunder, Hawks, Celtics, Nets, the Timberwolves, Pistons, and Suns, Lakers. So let's simulate right now how this is something problem. And everyone's gonna heal and hurt. We got the Cavaliers beat the Knicks. The Heat again dominate. The Pacers continue on a roll hot now for the Heat. We got the Spurs fell to the Raptors. Bulls beat the Bucks. Thunder lose to Hawks. Celtics beat the Nets. Timberwolves beat the Pistons, and Lakers beat the Suns. Move on to December 11. Right now, the Magic versus Bobcats, Thunder versus Grizzlies, Spurs versus Bucks, Sixers versus Timberwolves, Pistons versus Pelicans, Jazz versus Kings, Clippers versus Celtics, and then we got our 2 games right tomorrow night. We're going to Oakland. First game of the day in Oracle Arena tomorrow. Heads to Oracle Arena features Dirk Nowitzki and Vince Carter of the Dallas Mavericks take on Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors. And followed by the second game, Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah of the Chicago Bulls take on Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith of the New York Knicks. So let's skip all the way here to put for Celtics game. So we're skipping right now is the Magic Bobcats. Magic win. Kemba Walker got 32 and 9. Nelson got 23 and 8. Henry Turtle got 20 and 9. Thunder and the Grizzlies. And Grizzlies knock off the Thunder. Randolph got 23. Conley got 20. 19 for Prince. Westbrook got 53. Kevin Durant got 35 and 15. Spurs in the box, and Spurs felt the box in the game as OJ Mayo got 40 and 10, Knight got 32, Parker got 24, and Jackson's got 18. Sixers and Timberwolves, and Nervous Noel will be out for 1 or 2 weeks due to the separate shoulder, but despite they win over Timberwolves, 30 points for Kevin Love, and all the 9 rebounds, so close. Evan Turner, Jason Richardson, and Michael Carter-Williams so close with triple-double. Pistons and the Pelicans, and the Pistons win. Gordon got 23, John Holiday got 23, and double-double by Anthony Davis. Jennings got 27 and 10, Josh Smith 21. Jazz and the Kings, and Kings are now 3 in a row so far. The Sacramento Kings are now 3 in a row since the winless started. Ben McLemore got 25, DeMarcus Cousins got 20 and 17, Thornton got 17 as well, Isaiah Thomas got 17 and 17, 23 points for Trey Borg, Richard Jefferson's got 22, Gordon Hayward got 20, and last but not least, Clippers and the Celtics, and Clippers win, 21 points for Jamar Crawford, and then Jordan Crawford not just won the world of Clippers. Jamar Crawford got 34 and 8. Blake Griffin got 25-13, and Chris Paul got 10 and 8. Now it's time to move on to heading Oakland, California. We got the 2 of Western Conference tomorrow night. Only one game at the short upload at the time. We're off to Oakland, California. That's the first game we're heading. And now the first game on our hand, we're heading to Oracle Arena in Oakland. First game we're heading to Oakland and Oracle Arena. First game we'll be heading to Oakland. It's gonna be Dirk Nowitzki and Ben Carter of the Dallas Mavericks take on Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors, and then followed by the second game is gonna be Derrick Rose of the Chicago Bulls take on Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks. It's gonna be a good rivalry matchup. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Houston Rockets stay alive, force this game. Number 6 over the Warriors, and then the second game, and now as you can see, Minnesota Timberwolves on the verge to eliminate the Lakers in 5 games. Under 38 seconds remaining on this game. Looks like the Timberwolves will knock off the mighty LeBron and Luka of the Lakers. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, the as the Nuggets beat the Celtics in TD Garden. Final score 116 to 112 on Andre Kenshin. Say so long for TD Garden Boston. We'll see you tomorrow for the North doubleheader matchup. We got the Dallas Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors in the second game, the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks. I'm Andre Kenshin. Say so long for TD Garden in Boston. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and reminder, we'll see you tomorrow here at the Oracle Arena for the Mavericks and Warriors, and then the second game will be the Bulls and the Knicks. Sign up and peace out. Good night.